Now, the excess, I'm just sort of working in, instead of wasting it, we're just working it into the magical skin area, around the area. Now, one thing about this is St. John's wort oil will notoriously stain your sheets. So you don't want to spill it, you don't want to use too much of it, and you want to also protect their, underwear, etc., etc., with a little piece of towelage over there.
Are you going to do the little capillary pump?
I am. I like to do that. So, then, we're going to do a little capillary pump, as Morel calls it. I'm going to come over here to the side. Here's the spinous process. I'm going to come over with my two thumbs laying right across the side, the lateral portion of the spinous processes. And I'm just going to give it a little pump, pump, pump away from me. Pump, 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 down and out. Boom, down and over. Pump, 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 pump. Working my way down the spine. Mobilizing those guys. One side at a time. Then in a moment, I'm going to go on to the other side of the table. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of the spine. So I have the cap on.
Okay.
Yes.
So that little bottle is usually about $10, $10, $11.
Although it's less at Wilner Chemists on 41st Street and Park Avenue. Much cheaper than Whole Foods.
I'd probably pay more than that because it's my local health food store.
Mm-hmm.
The price tag's still on it. I don't know what it's like.
No, evidently they have a...
41st and you said Park?
41st Street and Park Avenue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's right across the street from the well-named, the Philip Morris building.
I mentioned one of my clients to pick up a bottle of this, and they have also St. John's
The other
with
thing you
arnica.
can do is Herb Farm has this in like all the way up to a liter bottle. If you have friends who want to share out a liter bottle, I wouldn't buy a liter all myself at one time because really a very small amount is used each time, and I would be afraid that it would spoil before I'd use it all.
Getting all this? Okay. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing great.
Excellent.
I got the best seat in the house.
You do.
And while we're here, let's take this another direction. So I'm going to pinch the spinous processes, and I'm going to do a little teeter-totter action. Okay, so pinch these guys, and just alternatingly press down on one, let the other one come up. Like the fat kid and the skinny kid on the seesaw.
You can come out here if you want.
Yeah, it won't bother you.
Now, does it matter if you go up or down? Does it matter if you go up or down the spine, teeter-tottering?
Yeah, I'm doing this with the two vertebrae. So what's happening is they're going to equalize. It's one of our wonderful techniques from exploration of movement. Is it an exploration? Yeah, exploration of movement. So I'm just doing a seesaw.
Okay, but I mean from base of spine to occiput or occiput, like, does it matter?
Not a whole lot. I generally have a tendency to start with the base and work my way up to the top, but I've done it the other way too.
Teeter-tottering, but applying the oil, we usually start
from the
neck,
and work our way down.
Like you already did.
Ooh, this is nice. Ooh, I got the rhythm going. Breathing's matching it.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Sort of to work the oil into more nooks and crannies.
Exactly. All those little nooks and crannies. And also, while you're doing it, is also to integrate and mobilize the spine.
Right.
It's like, if you put oil into a hinge in a door, You don't just put it there. You want to work the door a little bit to get it into the little
analogy.
nasty little nooks and crannies before that squeak starts to go. Oh, yes. This is...
Is anybody else catching this, like, wave of heat that's just, like, rolling?
Yeah, I just got it.
Like, whoa.
Yep.
I know.
Oh, free adjustment. Very nice. Oh, man, it was just a big osseous release just there. Oh, man, that was excellent.
Well, the heat was the buildup.
I know.
And, you know, if Lynn wasn't so easily chilled, I'd crank the air conditioning at this point, but we want her to be comfortable.
Yes.
Holy cow, she getting up that much heat. Are you cold, Lynn?
I'm comfy.
Okay.
We need the cocktails here. It's like being at the beach.
And, you know, as Morel talked about briefly, for your client to have problems with their, with the cervical spine, they can rub it into the front of their neck, which gives them better access to the discs.
Mm. So like
Exactly.
Or even all the way down like behind the clavicle in there, you know, because the disc is, it's just, there's less in the way of the disc, you know. If we could rub it on the tummy and it would make its way through, we'd probably do that, but I don't think it does.
So that's good for computer people?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Your worker drones.
When I had Bell's palsy and I had like incredible nerve pain in my face, I used St. John's wort oil on my face every night. It's very soothing. And the oil is great for just like road rash, windburn, sunburn.
Yeah, it's a large blood mover. I mean, in case you had missed it, notice with all that stripping, notice what's missing.
It's not red.
Exactly. That's the great thing about it is that, you know, despite all of that, this really is a big blood mover. Okay. Now, I am going to wipe off the excess.
Or as they say in the herb business, oh, vulnerary.
Yes, what she said. Okay. And just as one extra little piece here. Okay. Here I'm on the sacrum. I'm just going to do that little pumping thing again here in the sacrum and the L5, L4, small of the back area. Since we work the SI joints, I kind of want to make sure I get ooh, nice. Get these guys juicy and happy as well. Ooh, very nice, Lynn. You can also work your way up with the child hand of the back for you shiatsu people.
Is your mother hand on the sacrum doing
Yes,
anything?
my mother hand's on the sacrum.
No, but is it doing anything? Is it just...
It's pumping.
Okay.
It's still seesawing. And you will feel it. You will feel the connection of these guys as you're working up the spine. This is another technique we use in the posture and post class. Gives the spine a nice little treat and pumps all that yummy goodness to the spine and the girdle tube. Oh, my. Reaching high succulence here. Excellent. Alrighty. So, quick review. You'll get yourself a cup with some St. John's wort oil in it. You will start spreading the St. John's wort oil into the space in the laminar groove on both sides. You will pick your favorite method to go and start stripping down the laminar groove nice and slowly, waiting for that magical moment when the skin starts rolling off the spine. Usually it takes about 1 to 3 of those before that starts to happen. You can do a number of passes, about 7 or 8 passes are usually good, usually 10 at the most. And then after you've done that, you want to sort of spread out the extra wonderful St. John's wort yummy goodness. Start doing your pumping action on the side of the spinous processes, one side at a time. You do one side going down, turn over, do the other side going down. Also, you probably want to work around the PSIS when you were doing that earlier, and then you want to do your little teeter-totter up the spinous processes, working your way up the spine, wipe off your excess, and then find the sacrum and the low back, do your little cat kneading pumping action. The one hand on the sacrum becomes your mother hand, then you let the child hand wander up the back. Get your squeegee and your bucket and proceed to